wrote a book called Bag of Bones, which Heine retitled Sarah. And I actually sort of like that quite a lot. I wrote a book called It, which they call S. And it's a great thing because it sounds scary.
It's true. It's the reason why, as a kid, I never dared to go near gummies.
Wait for it.
Let's say that one more time. It's just too good.
It works. That's why German is the language of poets and thinkers.
Absolutely. Also, wir haben es vielleicht gehört, er ist ein großer Fan auch von deutschen Märchen, einfach weil die Tradition von Horrorgeschichten bei uns Jahrhunderte alt ist, bei den Gebrüder Grimm schon begründet. Und ein großer Fan, obwohl er seinen Kindern eher Comic-Geschichten vorgelesen hat, weil die eher Fans davon sind. Aber er freut sich, wenn hier schon sehr früh angefangen wird mit Märchen, dann werden es später große Horror- und spannungsgeladene Bücherleser. So, the book that we're all here for, Dr. Sleep, your latest book, that's actually a pretty good translation, right?
Dr. Sleep is a good translation. If you say Dr. Sleep, it's...
Actually, I think the German title even has it spelled in English. It doesn't.
It does, yeah.
So the French one is Docteur Sleep.
Docteur Sleep.
They're a little more refined, those French.
But Heine has such a proclivity for changing my titles to one-word titles that I'm surprised it's not just Sleep. Which is sinister, that's not that bad.
That's actually not that bad. It's a sequel to another very famous book of yours, The Shining.
It's like a greatest hits thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, we could just go on all evening and just name titles and you can cheer, right? I mean, that'd be a fun night as well.
Play Free Bird!
You sometimes, on your iPad, I'm sure you have all kinds of books of yours, so if you want to. We'll read about Dr. Sleep later on, so we'll stick to the program. But I wanted to ask you about Dr. Sleep. When you wrote that, I'm sure you did not think, no, when you wrote The Shining, did not think that one day you'd write a sequel, or did you?
No, I never did. I never did. I never planned to write sequels to any of my books. And most of the characters, when I write the end, the characters kind of fade into the mist. Well, of course, in my books, a lot of them are dead anyway, so it's no problem. Although one of the nice things about working in the supernatural field is that nobody has to die completely forever. They can always come back, which is job security for characters. No, I mean, it never crossed my mind to wonder what happened to Paul Sheldon after the end of Misery. And there are a number of other characters that I've written about over the years that I'm not interested in revisiting. I've written a 7-book series called The Dark Tower.
Yeah. I think they want a sequel for that one as well.
I remember my first beer too. But The Dark Tower is really all one novel, so you know it's a completed thing. I don't think of those as sequels. But the one thing about Danny Torrance from The Shining is, at the end of that book, he's lost his father, who's been a destructive drunk with temper issues, so that he's actually broken Danny's arm. And the last 70 pages, he's chasing Danny in an effort to kill him with a rope mallet. So he's also been left in a hotel that's full of ghosts that want his ability to, his paranormal ability to shine. So that this is a kid that's 4 years old and he's already got, you know, a basket load of issues. And so, yeah, from time to time, I would find myself thinking, well, let's see. Danny Torrance, if he were a live person, would be 13 now. And then I would think, oh, Danny Torrance must be 17 now. He's a junior in high school. What's going on with him? What's happening with Danny Torrance? And readers started to ask me. I would go to autographings and somebody would come up and say, hey, whatever happened to that kid? That kid from Shining, Danny Torrance, how did he turn out? So finally I decided I'd write a book. And you know, the thing is, a sequel to the book like The Shining is, for a long time I put it off because it's a daunting thing in itself. Because a lot of people think, rightly or wrongly, they'll come up to me and say, you know, that book, The Shining, that scared the shit out of me. Yeah! That was like the scariest book I ever read, man. That book is so scary. And I would say, well, yeah. You were fucking 14, for Christ's sake. Right? You were 14 years old, you were reading it under the covers, you had a flashlight, you're reading this book. Sure, you were easy, you were a fright virgin. But then, you know, the years go by, it's been 40 years since The Shining, so I felt that a lot of people, if I wrote the sequel, no matter how good it was, a lot of people would come up to me and say, oh, you know, that wasn't so scary.